Seasons, greetings, geeks and geekerellas. It is me. I am back. Finally, sorry about that. Kinda missed out on the last two Once Upon a Times because the whole timing, taking 3 weeks off, then coming back for 2, then leaving for a mid-season break kind of threw me off. Sorry about that. But I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about this. Doctor Who, the Christmas special. Which, by the way, hope all of you out there who's celebrated had a good Christmas, and for those who don't, hope you had a good day and a good whatever holiday you celebrate. Even if it's Festivus for the rest of us. Anywho, to this Doctor Who special. This one was good. This was... Sorry, gotta admit. Capaldi and... almost blanked on his name there. Anyway, this was the end of the Peter Capaldi, Stephen Moffat run. Can't believe I blanked on his name for that damn long. Both those guys are leaving to pass on the torch to new people. I, for one, am sad to see them go, but excited for what is to come. So for this special, this was like 90 minutes, so can't really say everything, so I'll try to sum it up as best as I can. We actually start by watching some of the rescued footage from the first ever regeneration. But for those that don't know, a lot of the footage from the first 2 Doctors has been destroyed and is never been seen by anyone of the modern age. Only way you could see it is if you saw it on TV. Luckily, there are some tapes that weren't burned, because back in that day you burned film, that have made it to modern time, but for the most part, a lot of their stuff has been gone. This does indeed include the first regeneration, but from what little we do know of happened, we get to like right before the regeneration was supposed to happen. Then we jump into In Color, where we see David blanking on his last name. Sorry. You were great in this. I just blanking on your last name. As the first Doctor, and some people actually coming in playing the first Doctor's companions, which honestly, considering the time, they actually looked pretty on point. But anywho, so we see them. The Doctor drops off his companions, kinda. And then we see him in the North Pole, where we pick up where we left off in the after credits bumper for the finale for season 10. And then we see the 2 Doctors introduce each other, but first Doctor isn't really getting that he's the 10th Doctor. Then all of a sudden, World War I Captain shows up out of the blue. Played by none other than the great Mark Gatiss. Which is nice to finally see him on screen on Doctor Who. For those that don't know, this man is wonderful. He is like one of Moffat's like go-to guys. Works with him. I believe they co-created Sherlock Holmes, where he plays Mycroft Holmes in the BBC Sherlock show. But they run into him. They find out that he was abducted by aliens. But then when they tried to put him back in his own timeline, something bad happened. And also, for some reason, snow stopped and time froze except for these three guys. They get into the TARDIS to see what happens and to try to more figure out what's going on and try to better explain to the first Doctor that he's the 12th Doctor. But then they get abducted in a spaceship and they run into these aliens that say that they want to put him back in his timeline and put him back, and that they were supposed to put him back, but as I said, something happened. And the Doctor's like, nope, not going to do this. Then they have Bill Potts, who comes out of the blue and says, I am here. And they take Bill, they take the captain, and they're going to try to figure out what the hell's going on. But as they're doing this, the aliens try to re-steal the TARDIS. And so the Doctor's like, crap, gotta go to plan B. They all jump out of the TARDIS, go to the first Doctor's TARDIS, travel to the center of the universe, where true Moffat fashion, especially in Moffat's like ending stuff, we get to see one of his characters reappear that he created. I thought it might be someone like me or the Clara Dalek, the Oswin. Yeah, because that, I remember now, that was her name. Oswin Dalek. But no! It's another Dalek from Moffat's time that he created, Rusty! One that happened during Capaldi's era, where Capaldi's first season. One of his first adventures where he shrunk down and went inside the Dalek and changed it so that it hated other Daleks. And he talks to Rusty, figures out what's going on, figures out that these are... I don't know if they ever said that they were aliens per se, but they were also technology from like vastly into the future. I mean, at least year 3000. And that they were these little glass construct things that take on people's memories and can show up to other people as those people, using their memories to create the personality. Which, good on you, Moffat, for a good allegory for memories of the Doctor. And so, basically, long story short, we find out that this whole thing was just one giant accident. There are no bad guys. These glass people are not bad. And so they're like, okay, everything's fine, but we need to put the captain back to World War I. Then, but our doctor, 12th Doctor, has an idea. And that is, delay it a couple hours. So, because lo and behold, coincidence here, it's the battlefield. I forgot the name of it now, but it's of like the Christmas ceasefire, the epic one from history between the British and the German, where they just stopped and sang Christmas songs, hung out, played games together because it was Christmas. And so he saves the soldier's life because he was supposed to die. And kind of hacks time a little bit. To quote another superhero show. Another time travel show, I mean. Though technically the Doctor is kind of a superhero. So, they drop him off. But before they do, after the Doctor has hacked history, if the guy says, can you hold on to my... Can you check up on my family for me? And they say, sure, what's your name? And in true Doctor Who fashion, it's a big one. I could be wrong, but I believe it is Brigadier Lethbridge Stewart. Who to Doctor Who fans is a big name. I mean, thinking about it, I don't know if it's her Brigadier. No, he's Captain Lethbridge Stewart. And I don't know if that means that I believe because it's World War One. Yeah, that timing sounds right. I believe he's the father of Brigadier Lethbridge Stewart, the epic one, who would team up with Sarah Jane and the third Doctor, which is, oh my god, awesome. And now that you think about it, Mark Gatiss does look like the Brigadier, which was awesome. And for those who aren't really big into old Who, he's the grandpa of Kate Stewart, the head of Unit. Current head, who we haven't seen in a while. But I imagine that she's going to have some interesting reactions to the new Doctor. Which, by the way, we see the first Doctor accept his regeneration, go on to leave, and we see a little bit more of the old footage. And then we see the Doctor, our Doctor, 12th, in the Warland, and he gives a speech about why can't he rest, he's been through all of this. And Bill comes up to him and starts talking to him, and it's like, you can't give up, that type of stuff. Then the glass people are like, we can become anybody, but we're still technically the person. So in order to prove that to you, boom, Clara comes back for a little cameo. Basically to say, don't forget me. Goodbye, Doctor. Which, oh my god, had me almost in tears. I mean, ever since my TV cry tolerance has been up, but anywho, she then turns back into Bill, and then one of them comes by and turns into Nardole. another awesome cameo. He says goodbye. She says goodbye. They have a nice group hug. Oh my god, the feels. Then the doctors. They have one big group hug. They leave. Capaldi gives another awesome monologue, which I think seriously people could go to auditions for stage plays and say some of his monologues. That's how good they are. And he gives another one before leaving and regenerating into Jodie Whittaker, who, as a way to roll it back to Moffat's first ever episode, the TARDIS is crashing. But in this one, the Doctor, she falls out of the TARDIS and is just falling while you see giant explosions going on inside the TARDIS, which explains why the TARDIS will be brand new and also could maybe tie into the whole clip that they showed, because the one that they showed to reveal Bill ended up becoming part of the show. So I imagine that we will see in the first episode back of season 11 the clip that we saw to reveal Miss Whittaker as the Doctor, which I cannot wait for the future. Hopefully by then I will have more than one related pop. Luckily though, this one actually came in handy this time around. But I've been talking long enough as is. I will see you guys, if not before then, next year, where hopefully things will get better. I will be more frequent, cover more shows, and honestly this time sincerely do more stuff out of just TV reviews. I might do a separate video on it if I feel up to it, but I got a feeling 2018 is going to be my year, and I will take you along with me. But anyway, till next time and beyond.